Ciaran, firstly, a big deal for yourselves to finally crack Munster. Just talk me through that game and the emotions experienced by yourself and your fellow squad members following that game. It must have been something else to not alone win the first ever Munster Under-21 Hurling Championship title, to go back to Clare, but also for yourself to lift the cup as well.
It was an amazing feeling. Like, really, I'd say it was a small bit of pressure off our shoulders from last year. Like, after we all know what kind of happened last year, it was an awful lot of pressure relief from us. Like, but some feelings unbelievable. I can't really explain it either. Like,
going into that game, I suppose you had lost last year's final, obviously, and a lot of controversy surrounding that as well. But on the other hand, Waterford, a lot of people weren't expecting them to get there. A lot of people expecting Tipperary to get to the final, but it didn't pan out that way. It must have been some build-up to the final as well within Clare, because we mentioned the rarity of the under-21 titles going to the Banner County, but also too, there hasn't been too much success in Clare in the last few years hurling-wise, so very important, I'm sure, for all in the county up to that game.
Oh yeah, it was. Well, Waterford, we knew they were a very good team going in, like, and we knew it was up against it, and I think the Clare public knew that as well. Like, we weren't taking it for granted really, like, and we knew there was going to be a good game happening, and down in Gavin we got a good following going down to it. It's good.
Talk to me about your own preparation in the lead up to that game. Was there any nervousness for yourself, or was it a case of the fact that you'd been already there last year that helped, because there was such a core nucleus of players from the team which had lost last year's decider?
Yeah, it was. I wasn't as nervous as I was last year. I'd say it really stood to me from last year's final. Like, but having the other players around you can talk to them, because you're great friends and playing under 14 with them up, like, so you can talk away to them as well about it. Like.
Now looking ahead, of course, to this weekend in the big All-Ireland semi-final against Galway. I suppose firstly, Semple Stadium, it's a venue that all hurlers want to play in, and I'm sure you're delighted to play there. Is this your first experience of Semple Stadium?
No, I won an All-Ireland final with St. Flannan's in Semple Stadium. I'd say everyone in our panel has played in Semple Stadium. Like, it's a great place. As I say, that's where good hurlers play, like, so hopefully we have 15 good hurlers on the day against Galway anyway.
I suppose mentioning that St. Flannan's have been an institution in Clare hurling and have been quite successful over the years, and I suppose that's a natural builder then into this squad as well. And you mentioned there'll be a couple of players, of course, that were on that Flannan's team that'll be playing with yourself this weekend.
Yeah, it's serious go for hurling, like, in fairness. Like, they do a lot to bring it on there, and you see a lot of inter-county stars coming from St. Flannan's, like Nine Moore and other players from Tipperary as well. Like, just brilliant for hurling in Clare, like, and they're doing a big favour for Clare hurling.
Just talk to me a bit about this weekend's game. Obviously it's taken yourselves a lot of effort to get to this stage, and victories in the Munster Championship and finally getting over the final hurdle. But for Galway, this is their first game in the Championship. Yes, going back over the past few years, there's an awful lot of challenge games and everything else take place between the sides, so I'm sure you're as familiar with the Galway lads as you are with your own county colleagues.
Yeah, and I'd live on the border, like, with Galway, and I know a lot of them. But and I think they know they're coming into an Ireland semi-final as well. Like, they're well prepared for it as well, so it should be a good game as well. Like,
what's your hopes for the game? I'm sure obviously victory, but I'm sure you don't want to let the side down as well. What's the mood like in the Clare camp this week for yourselves? Is it nervousness? Is it just a eager anticipation?
I think, yeah, eager anticipation really. Like, this is our first ever All-Ireland semi-final. Like, it's unknown territory. Like, but we give it a rattle now. We've nothing to lose.
Galway, of course, with Joe Canning, a big star, but they're a very balanced team as well. Is that kind of your mindset now, not just to focus on Joe Canning? Okay, he's a big player for them, but that there's a whole team of 15 formidable players lining out for the try.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's only one forward out of 6, like, so we have to keep an eye on the other 5 as well. Like, we leave the men that's doing the job on Joe to leave him in his own and do it.
Is there a big buzz in Clare in the build up to this game?
There is really, yeah. And All-Ireland semi-final, there should be, like, it's a good old feeling down there anyway. I was wishing you well, like, so it's good.